special one to show you. Not that they're not all special, but this one's extra special. This is the 100th Kraken build I have ever done. And it's going to my buddy Paul, who already has a dozen plus Krakens. So he wanted a pink and purple dial. So we've got a pink and purple flame bronze dial. What's really cool about it is from different angles, it looks different. And then to go with that, I took a polished case and torched it. I took a brushed bezel and torched it. And I took one of my two-tone brushed and polished bands and torched it. And here's what we came up with. In different lights, it has different looks to it. So in different lights, you can actually see blues and pinks in that bezel, and then some bronzing. In the case itself, you can see lots of bronzing in it, but in different lights, you can see blues and pinks in there. It just kind of depends. So with it being polished, what's also nice is whatever it reflects off of will also give a nice look to it too. So I just let it do whatever it was going to do. The case, or I'm sorry, the SS band itself, a lot of bluing to it, but in different areas. What's crazy is in the picture. Yeah, this right here is a lot darker in the picture, but you can see it at a different angle there. Tried to make sure I was putting different heats to different areas so that it would change differently. So low profile exhibition caseback, black rotor, stainless steel movement holder. I tried to bronze or blue, I guess, the crown, but unfortunately these are factory pressed, and when they get hot, it was good for a while until I set the time, pulled it, and the cap came right off. You could say glue it right back in, but they're pressed in the little slider that has to be back in there. Won't stay back there. It's hard to explain. It's not possible. I wanted it to be possible because I thought I could glue it. I could use some kind of JB weld. I could do something where I could but the other piece that comes out, there's no way to hold pressure and hold it back down into that crown cap. I would have loved to. So did a large silver handset. So I didn't think I'd done one of these for you yet, Paul, a handset like this. Then again, I might have thought of that before and did it, going, well, I've never done this. I should probably do that for him. But turn on an extra light here. See if we can get some colorway in there. But that's the build, man. I thought it came out pretty awesome. You get one of these new. I did not torch this just because I didn't want to these are pressed, you know. I didn't want to heat something up that would be a problem later on. So hopefully there's no problems. And I can only keep it on these for so long because these are also factory pressed. You know, you don't want to warp anything in there. But as soon as it was done, I made sure, I put these in there and I kind of bent them all around just to make sure all was well, that they would all bend, nothing got warped. So the other thing you can do if you ever find that they do get any kind of stuck is use gun oil. But seems to be fine. This is a 22 that tapers to a 20. And then you can only remove out these last ones down in here, right? So I tried to keep this coloring kind of consistent so it wouldn't look too obvious if you pulled something out. But the kind of cool thing is it wouldn't really matter. This kind of flows into everything. So as always, bezel will turn left, bezel will turn right. I just put it on there with a little bit of extra dental floss before I snapped it on, just so it would have a tighter contact point. And that also made me think, what if I placed one of these on a case, no glass in there, placed it on a case, kind of locked it in there, and I put a little bit of solder inside there before I torched it? Would that solder melt and then lock the bezel in that position? Because you don't want to solder like mark out here. Thought that could be something to consider if I want a bezel that does not move. Automatic mechanical, you can wind it, you can wear it, you can put it in a watch winder. But if it's dead or you're not going to be very active, make sure you pre-wind it before you go out, just to make sure you don't lose any time. Now you do that as you back the crown off the threads until you hear it and feel it clicking. At that point you can wind. And a wind is a turn away from you. Turning it back towards you doesn't do anything, but it's a lot easier to go back and forth winding. If you do this for 5 or 6 seconds before you put it on, even if you're not very active, that mixed with your movements will keep time. If you do it for something closer to 20 seconds, you're going to max out your 31 plus hour power reserve on it. You cannot overwind it. When you are good to go, pull it to the one and only click, and now you can set your time. It's not a hacking movement, so it's going to keep going. Okay, Google, what time is it?
12:18 p.m.
12:18 p.m. Push it right back over. Here, kind of click down and screw it down. That's the build. That's the build as a whole. Matching beads as always with it. And since that was more purple than anything, I grabbed one of the purple Kraken boxes. As with every build, it's going to come with watch cleaner. This is good on all glass and metal parts of this watch as a whole. Non-streaking, non-toxic, non-residue. Some fine scratch remover. This is Novus 2 from Amazon, just repackaged. It's like Polywatch because this is an acrylic glass and you can scratch it if you do. Put a tiny bit on it, buff against it using your included microfiber, and you will buff it out in about 20 seconds. But, Paul, you have so many of these, you're only going to get your watch wrapped in the microfiber because I'm probably just going to give you a laser-etched Kraken wallet. This is one of those low-profile wallets. You push everything out right here. It's kind of held together with a band. So see, you got your band here on each side. You can keep feeding them in here, but in a nutshell, it just kind of opens up and cinches back on itself. So laser etched, and that's it. So I'm going to throw that in there for you too. If anybody watching this wants something like this, reach out. These are, in a nutshell, about $70. There's a lot of lasering that goes on this. It takes a little while, but throw that in for you instead, man. So appreciate you, buddy. Thanks for always supporting me. And if you want me to build you something custom unique, reach out and I'll see what I can do. And if you want to continue to see videos like this, like and subscribe as I put them up all the time. Thanks, guys.